Sunday. Happy race day. Happy Las Vegas was a gamble for some people. And for Josh Berry, it most certainly did pay off. But was it really a gamble for them? Because Las Vegas has been very good to Josh Berry in the past. And why not? The Wood brothers got their 101st win officially, and Josh Berry has his first win as a Cup driver. How exciting of a way to start the first, the 2025 season in this case for Josh Berry in a brand new ride, and just a way to start the season. He ended 2024 with, SHR is closing their doors, and now I have to find a new ride. The Wood brothers goes, hey, we're gonna make some changes over here. Come drive for us. So he did that. He's come over to the Wood brothers and already put them in victory lane for the first time. What crazy, but also what a race. And you could just see the excitement for such a small team. Their cars are made in the Penske, garage, but they are just a small team based in Virginia, which is awesome at the same time. It's nice sometimes to see the little guys get those victories. So congratulations, first of all, to Josh Berry and the Wood brothers for getting that win, and just having a good, clean race in that aspect. It is not something that everyone can say that, hey, I scored my first victory racing very cleanly. And Josh Berry has such a good backstory as well, from cleaning cars and Dale Jr. taking a chance on him and just going through the entire process and growing. So I am sure there were a whole lot of people, not just the Wood brothers, celebrating that victory for that driver and that first win in the Cup Series. He had quite a ride in SHR, and man, I just it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed watching him be able to achieve that goal. I can't say, I don't have a favorite. I still don't have a favorite driver, but just seeing small teams win made me so happy. Because I feel like, yay, we see Joe Gibbs Racing win. We see Hendricks win. Even Penske win. That's great. Those are the big guys, the bigger teams that have that major funding that they can put out there. Do they work any less? No. But, you do have those smaller teams like Trackhouse and Spire and the Wood brothers, who those teams to me have so much heart, And they worked just as hard, sometimes even a little bit harder. They'll have, the drivers are out there working on the cars with them to get them right. So just having that additional heart, and to me, just for me, speaks volume. So I don't know. I like seeing the little guy win sometimes. It's good. So we did have Las Vegas. Austin-Cindric won stage 1. And then we had Kyle Larson, who won stage 2. We did have, excuse me, 9 caution flags for 53 laps, and 32 lead changes among 13 drivers, which was absolutely insane. I lost track there for a little while because it kept going back and forth. I was like, can we pick a driver for a little bit? No, we can't. And that's okay. And then the last little over 100 laps was Josh Berry leading the way. He led from lap 252 to 267. He had also led 234, just a lap there. He did hold off Daniel Suarez. So we had Josh Berry, Daniel Suarez, Ryan Preece, William Byron, Ross Chastain, Austin-Cindric, Alex Bowman, AJ Allmendinger, Kyle Larson, and Chase Elliott. So yeah, like I said, just that last little bit, 252 to 267, he held off Daniel Suarez to get that win. The biggest issue that we had at Las Vegas was lug nut issues and tires coming off. What in the world? We have one lug nut to get on a tire, y'all. Just one. What in the world? How? We had tires coming off left and right, it seemed like. Or if you were Christopher Bell's crew chief, hats off. Hey, we don't think we got that lug nut tight. Stopping your teammates Chase Briscoe's box and have them tighten the lug nut. Heads off. Like, heads up, thinking it's going to be some kind of penalty, but it's better than a wheel coming off. And knowing that you're going to get some kind of suspension on your team because the tire comes off because the lug nut's not tight. But seriously, what the world? Oh my word. We had 2 cup teams that lost wheels. We had Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe that both had tires come off on the track during the event. So both of them had laps held while on the, of course, pit road. And then they also had suspensions of the Jackman and a tire changer. Both of them just so happened to be rear tire changers. So James Small kind of already knew what was happening when he saw Christopher Bell, though, slow on pit road, because Joe Gibbs Racing had pre-planned or pre-thought of this, that what to do if a team car needed a wheel tightened after they left their pit stall. Okay, Joe Gibbs, coach, you're planning ahead. I like it. I really do. Like, hey, we got we don't think we got that lug nut tight. So, you have a teammate right up the way. Stop and get them to tighten it for you. They had planned it, pre-planned, like across the board. They've been talking about it since we've gone to this one lug nut rule. What the world? But I have to give it to them. Heads up thinking. I guess it's, that gray area that people like to play in. So, I mean, that caused an issue as well. But he had to go to the back because it is pitting outside of his box, technically speaking. So that then has caused NASCAR to then come out and say, hey, we're going to clarify the rule on pitting in another team's stall. So we're going to color in the gray box because we've now had somebody do this with their heads up thinking. Like I said, again, great thinking by the team. Great thinking. We know it's going to be a penalty, but the penalty is more severe if you go out on the track and the wheel comes off. I would rather deal with the less severe penalty. So NASCAR has sent out clarification to the Cup, Xfinity, and the Truck Series Thursday on pitting in another team's pit stall. It comes, of course, after Christopher Bell, stopped in his teammate's stall to have, his tires tightened. Because they didn't want that penalty. I wouldn't have wanted it either. NASCAR sent the following to teams about pitting in another stall. If a vehicle receives service in another team's pit stall to correct a safety issue, the vehicle will receive a flag status penalty. Restart tail of the field or pass through for the vehicle pitting outside of the assigned pit. Some examples of a safety issue: tight and loose wheel nuts or lug nut, remove a fuel can, remove a wedge wrench, or remove the jack from under the vehicle. If a vehicle receives service in another team's pit for competition adjustments, the vehicle may receive a lapse penalty. So they've kind of clarified this rule of, hey, if you are going to pit and to fix the safety violation now, okay, well, then you will either have a pass-through penalty, depending on what it is, or if it is you're getting regular service for some reason, why would you get regular service done? Your pit stall's blocked? Another car's on fire? I mean, we have had cars on fire, so I wouldn't put it past them. at this point. Those are the only reasons I could think. But still, if you overshot your pit stall, but at that point, I don't know. What would you continue going and then come back and try to get in your pit stall? Or would you at this point just take the penalty? I mean, it's going to be a lap. Depending on what track you're on, that lap can make or break you, but you could also have lost the lap anyway on the track trying to get back around. So, I guess it's hit or miss there. That makes it hard. But I guess my question would then be, what if a NASCAR official tells you that you got to go to another pit to be? Are you going to penalize me then? For whatever reason? Like, we've blocked this pit stall off because there is a safety issue. Say that the car in front of them is on fire. Or whatever. And it's blocked. So, and the official tells them to go to a teammate's. Is that going to be penalized? I've learned to think a little more in the gray because of my husband. Sometimes he lives inside of the gray. It's just his nature. Bless him. But seriously, the grayness of the rule book sometimes allows for those gray spots. How? What are they going to do? But are more teams with this information, though, gonna utilize this if they think the wheel is loose before they exit pit road? Depending on where their pit stall is located. If your pit stall is number 1 or 2 up front, this isn't gonna work. But if you have pit stall number 30 and you have a teammate in number 15 and they don't think you've gotten that lug nut tight, that's going to work out great. You can come back from being at the end of the field, or even come back from a pass-through penalty in most races. I will say in most races. But losing laps by pitting inside of another stall for regular service, completely different. Just yeah. Thoughts on that one. I'm not sure. Kyle Larson was set to run all 3 races this weekend. He did win the Truck Series. He just did lose the Xfinity. So he was trying to go for the sweep of all 3. So sadly, Kyle Larson, you're not going to get the sweep. But you might get 2 of 3. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how he does today at Homestead. But he spins and wins the Truck Series. And then Justin Allgaier has his second win and the Xfinity series as of yesterday. So right now, though, we have a common theme going on with our winners. And it's crazy because I'm going to be my husband for a second. I swear these people are listening to us. Because my husband has said this for like 3 weeks now. There is now officially an article on it, Quimby. The common thread is they're all got a bee in them. We've had Alex Bowman, Christopher Bell, and now Josh Berry. And literally, my husband has he's said this well before. He's like, what is going on with all of these bees? And now there is an article out about the common thread being a bee, at least on NBC. So, honey, I do think they might be listening a little bit to us. I don't know. Or something's happening. We literally were talking about it after Alex Bowman won the 500, and then Christopher Bell went on to win back-to-back. And then as soon as Barry won, we looked at each other and go, oh, there goes another bee. And so is Blaney next? That's another B for a last name. Or is Busher next? Bowman? Bush? Briscoe? I mean, we have quite a few with the last name B. So we have quite a few. All who have a last name. So is this the year of bees? I don't know, but I really need my phone. Or as my husband would say, I really need people to stop listening to us sometimes. He started saying tutty a long time ago. And now it seems like tutty is everywhere for football. Everywhere. It is insane. Like, well before tutty became something on the TV. And now, like I said, there's an article about bees. So there you go, babe. I don't know what to tell. So, but today we are at Homestead in beautiful Florida, where I hope it is warm for spring. While I do know that there is an issue with a fire, the last I heard, it is mostly contained. They are planning on racing today. They have raced up to, all the rest of the races. It is a 1.5 mile let me get to it. Sorry, y'all. It's 1.5 mile oval. I thought I was going crazy. 1.5 mile oval. We're going 267 laps, or just over 400 miles. Stages end at lap 80 and 165. And as long as we don't have any overtime, we should end right at 267. We are on FS1, and it should begin race broadcast at 3 o'clock. And the command to green flag is set to wave at 3:12. It is to be partly to mostly cloudy with a high of 81, around 80 degrees with no chance of rain. So if you need to listen to it, MRN or Sirius XM to give it a listen for it. And speaking of bees, Alex Bowman is on the pole right next to Josh Berry, followed by Noah Gregson, Chase Briscoe, William Byron, and Ryan Blaney, John Hunter Nemechek, Austin Cindric, Bubba Wallace, and AJ Allmendinger. We do have 37 cars for today. 16 Chevrolets, 9 Toyotas, and 12 Fords. So, are you on the B train? Is it going to be another B that wins next? Or are we going to finally have a break in who wins the next NASCAR Cup Series trend that ends the last name B of winning? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens today. Happy Sunday, happy race day, and I will see you again next week. Bye, y'all.